And I'm Sarah Banowski in for Charlotte McBride. We begin tonight in Schuylkill County with a rocky controversy when it comes to school safety.
The superintendent of the Blue Mountain School District is in the spotlight after telling lawmakers in Harrisburg his students protect themselves against potential school shooters with rocks. Newswatch 16's Peggy Lee is in our newsroom to explain. Peggy.
Well, Scott and Sarah, Superintendent David Helsel says each classroom in his district is armed with a bucket filled with river rocks that are about the size of a baseball that would be thrown at a shooter if they got into a classroom. However, he sees this measure of safety as a last resort. Folks in the district seem split on the idea.
Every classroom has been equipped with a 5-gallon bucket full of Riverstone. If an armed intruder attempts to gain entrance to any of our classrooms, they will face a classroom full of students armed with rocks, and they will be stoned.
That was Dr. David Helsel testifying to the House Education Committee last week in Harrisburg. The superintendent of the Blue Mountain School District was explaining his unconventional form of protecting the students in their schools in the event of an active shooter situation. Give them rocks.
At one time, I just had the idea of Riverstone. They're the right size for hands. You can throw them very hard, and they will create or cause pain, which can distract.
Helsel says teachers, staff, and students were given active shooter training through a program known as ALICE, which stands for Alert, Lockdown, Inform, Counter, Evacuate, and they routinely hold evacuation drills for active shooter simulations. But if a teacher decides to lock down a classroom, there are rocks in a 5-gallon bucket kept in every classroom's closet that a student could throw if a shooter gets inside. Still, Helsel says the rocks are seen as a last resort.
We have devices installed in our doors that help to secure them, to make it very difficult to break through. We train kids and talk about barricading the doors.
This teenager is a senior at Blue Mountain High School. He and other students like the plan.
It matters because it'll help us protect against the school and stuff. I mean, anything helps. Rocks are better than books and pencils.
Parents do as well.
At this point, we have to get creative. We have to protect our kids first and foremost. Throwing rocks, it's an option.
But not everyone thinks this is a practical line of defense.
I think that's rather comical. It's absurd. Arm the teachers.
Dr. Helsel says the district has no plans to arm teachers. However, Blue Mountain does have a maintenance employee who is trained and certified to work as school security and is armed. And the district plans to have more support staff get the same training to act as security.
YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. Now this story right here comes out of Pennsylvania. As we all have been aware for the last 23 some odd years, since 1995, since the first school shooting that happened at Columbine High School, that it's been like an ongoing thing. Like every year passed by, another school is shot up. I mean, one after the next. Sandy Hook on down to the Texas shooting, on to the Colorado shooting. I mean, shootings everywhere. And one superintendent, Dr. David Helsel, came up with an idea, and I thought that was very unique. He decides to arm each classroom with 5-gallon buckets of river rocks. Yes, river rocks. You heard me correctly. The same rocks, for those of you who used to go down by the lake or to the river and you see them on the bed right there, the same rocks that we used to pick up on the train tracks and throw at people and some of us cars, you know, don't tell about I told you the car part. But anyway, these rocks right here have been known to put a ninja on their ass. So I'm going to keep it real all the way no matter what. Now, why did the principal decide to go this route? I don't know. Maybe they have a school full of obedient kids, because I know if you put those rocks in the wrong hand, somebody gonna get their eye put out every day, or it's gonna be a rock fight every recess, every time the 4th and the 5th graders hit the yard. So I don't know what's going on with this situation right here, but evidently the great doctor must have some kind of plan put together where he can help not totally stop the school shooting, because ain't no rock gonna stop no damn bullet, and I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you no damn lie. Only thing I'm gonna say, if all for one and all for one, if you united you stand and together we all fall, you have a chance. But if a school shooting was to happen, and just say a armed crazy teen or whoever, grown man, whoever, who cares about the age, kick in the door or open your door up and start shooting up your classroom, it's gonna take more than one person or two people to throw a rock and get that scoundrel out of there. Now, can you feel me now? So, what I mean by united we all stand and together all one, it's gonna take everybody launching them rocks, just like when they had the the Persian Gulf War, when they had the war in Iraq over the oil with Saddam Hussein, the Persian Gulf. And you remember the clippings that they showed us on CBS and NBC where they had those machines launching those rocket launchers, just launching those rockets, just flying. Only thing you seen was just sparks. If you ain't coming like that in these classrooms, sit your ass down, because I'm telling you, you're going to get lit up, and the best thing to do probably will be to hide up under one of them damn desks. But if everybody throwing some rocks together, you got a hell of a chance to make it. And the superintendent said something about stoning somebody. So I guess we taking this back to the old age. So I'm going to read a snippet from this story and give my opinion. Surely as we go. Superintendent says students will be armed with rocks in case of school shooting. The superintendent of a school district in Pennsylvania is under fire after coming up with a plan to arm students with rocks to scare off or stone a potential shooter to death. So we taking it back to the biblical days. I knew it. I knew they said, so as in the day of man, so shall it be as in the days of Noah. Now, does he have rocks for brains? Yes, he must have some super big rocks for brains. Them kind that you get 10,000 off of, something like that. Now, Dr. David Helsel of the Blue Mountain School District drew criticism after telling legislators in Harrisburg about his rocky strategy and says students receive alert, lockdown, informed, counter, evacuation, Alice. It's kind of strange how they would name that Alice. And I'm that's going to be you all brain teaser for the day. What do they mean by Alice, if you will? I'm not going to spill all the beans, but it's a reason why it's named Alice. Now, that's a message right there. Now, the active shooter training drill reports stated WGN TV. Now, it's a crying shame when we live in a day and age where you have to, well, you don't have to, because you don't have to send your kids to school. Depends on where you at, but you can home train them. But kids have to go to school and worry about receiving alerts, lockdown information, and keep them up to date, informed. Counterterrorism. What the hell are we living at? You know what I'm saying? It's funny how, and it's quite sad and strange how America is turning into the land of the fallen, slowly, day by day. Now, every classroom has been equipped with a 5-gallon bucket of river stones. If an armed intruder attempts to gain entrance into any of our classrooms, they will face a classroom full of students armed with big-ass rocks, and they will be stoned to death if possible, said Helsel, testifying to the House Education Committee last week in Harrisburg. And I'm so glad we didn't have this bullshit when I was going to school. I can't speak for you all because we all different ages, but I'm serious, because it would have been a rock fight, busted windows all damn day long at our school. You couldn't tell them jokers shit at my school. Now, after the Parkland shooting in Florida, many are calling for legislators to implement stricter gun laws. Florida even passed a bill to arm some teachers, but some think this rock stoning strategy is primitive. Hell yeah, it's primitive. Just like rubbing 2 sticks together, hoping to make a fire when you got a damn cigarette lighter beside you or some matches. But at the same time, so as it was in the day of Noah, so shall it be in the days of man, which meaning everything repeats itself. Now, I think that's rather comical, said one college student in Haven. It's absurd to arm the teachers, said a parent. Shit, somebody better be armed, because I wouldn't even take a damn teacher job if I wasn't armed. I had to have a AK-47 across my chest, you know what I'm saying, an English book and a history book, a reading, whatever, in my left hand, and my gun in my right hand, standing by the door like I'm Malcolm X. Now, Helsel, however, supports the idea and thinks students can really get a handle in things in an active shooting situation. I mean, shit, all the Call of Duty they playing, all the Fortnite they playing, trust me, these kids got plenty of experience. It's like they getting them ready for something in the future, some future war, if you will, with Skynet. That's another message. Now, at one time, I just had the idea of river stones. They are the right size for hands, and trust me, they just cuff in your hands. Feel like Gucci and Louis Vuitton made every last river stone. If you ain't never throw a river stone, get outside today or this week or this month or this year and throw a river stone. It's so exuberated. It's like kite fishing, if you will. Now, They are the right size for your hands. You can throw them very hard and they will create or cause pain, which can distract, Helsel told WNEP. And also they can cause death if you hit a joke in the head right with them. Trust me, I know, and trust me. And they can also put windows out in cars and houses. They can also dent cars up that's driving by 35 miles per hour over train tracks. Trust me, they do damage. So you can know what they'll do to somebody's face. But at the same time, you better be able to launch that river stone before they cock that gun and pull that trigger. We're going to see which one who's the quickest. You know what I'm saying? Do we got any huckleberries out here? Now, the staff and students were not only given the active shooter training with the shooter simulations, but each classroom will have a 5-gallon bucket of rocks kept in the classroom closet ready for aim and action. Rocks just ready. You ain't got to load them up. You ain't got to wax them, clean them out, make sure they don't jam on you. As long as your hand don't jam mid-throw, you all right. Because some people got that bad arthritis, young and old. I mean, it's just something wrong with the water in the milk. Just calcium deficient, if you will. Now, unless you jam up like a gun, you should be able to launch some rocks. But trust me, it's gonna be some people in there with them chicken wing arms and stuff, and gonna be hitting their own classmates, knocking them out. They gonna probably make it shooter for the easier for the shooter. You know how people be having that little chicken wing. I'm not trying to make fun of nobody's disabilities, but they need to make it known that, you know, you got to have 2 good hands or at least 1 good hand before picking up these rocks. Don't come in there with these baby deformed arms and try to think you're going to hurt somebody. You're going to get hurt. You mess around, it might hit yourself in the face. Now, the rocks, Helsel said, are seen as a last resort. Just when all else fails. You know what I'm saying? Even when you can't call on Jesus. Even when you can't get down and say, Lord, please, please, pretty please, protect me. It's a last resort effort. You know what I'm saying? When all else fails, when all hope is lost and prayer is lost, when the Lord is taking too long to get somebody to get the shooter, kill the shooter, or whatever, the shooter won't leave, you know what I'm saying? You always got these river rocks right here, if you can get to them. Now, Helsel said we have devices installed in our doors that help to secure them to make it very difficult to break through, said Helsel. We train kids and talk about barricading the doors. Barricade the doors with what? Have you not seen some of these guns that these people busting up in these schools with? Have you not seen some of these damn guns? You ever seen bullets go through bricks and stuff? I mean, trust me, they got something that'll go right through that damn door and whoever behind it and whoever behind that person. Now, some students do like this idea. And me, for one, if I was a student, I would love that idea. I'd keep me 2 buckets beside me, boy, just like there was 2 6-shooters. You know what I'm saying? I'd keep 2 buckets. Somebody just come in there, everybody just get behind me. I'd be just like this, just throwing rocks. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like a hailstorm going on up in there. Now, it matters because it will help protect the schools. Anything helps. Rocks are better than books and pencils. And that's the damn truth. And it took a child to say that. Have you ever tried to throw a pencil at somebody? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever tried to throw a book at somebody? Now try to throw a river stone at somebody. It's going to be way worse. Now, Dory Bornstein, a parent, supports the plan. At this point, we have to get creative. We have to protect our kids first and foremost. Throwing rocks, it's an option, she said. And hell, some people just throw rocks on GP. If, like I said in my other video, if you don't know what GP mean, I'm sure my lovely subscribers, my family, will tell you in the comment section what GP mean. You know, due to the fact we speak to people all over the world. I'm sure somebody will help a brother out today. Now, and just in case teachers and students can't fend off an active shooter, the superintendent says that an armed maintenance employee would be working at the school and trained on how to handle a situation on dealing with a shooter. Now, he said an armed maintenance worker. So what that means, an armed janitor. No, not talking down on janitors, because I did that when I was young, you know what I'm saying, for a summer job working at the schools, cleaning bathrooms, mopping the floors and stuff, putting the wax on the floors. I mean, it's a lot of work. And my hat and my heart goes out to the janitors out there, 'cause that's a lot of work. But hell, can you imagine how much bolder that janitor gonna be walking through that school now? He gonna walk around like he deputy dog, like he top flight security. You ain't gonna be able to tell that janitor shit. That janitor gonna be just like Mike Epps off of Friday After Next, ready to arrest any and everybody, pulling guns on little kids for taking too long to piss when he got to clean that bathroom up. Let me know what you all think about this damn video. And also, if you want to chime in and give your opinion, you know what I'm saying, is it safe to send our kids to these public schools these days? Is it safe for us to let our babies, even though some of us don't give a damn about our babies, and a lot of y'all might say, Trust me, you know what I'm saying? I tell both sides of the story. But at the same time, isn't it sad that our babies have to go to these schools and you have to worry about them and they're saying, it's bad enough. They done took away the free lunch. It's bad enough that they feed them all this damn processed junk food and stuff. It's bad enough that they ain't learning correctly. And we wonder why we damn near last place in the whole wide world for its education. But we're not talking about that right now. But isn't it a sad day as we look overseas in Iraq, we look in Kashmir, we look in North Korea, we look in all these other countries. We don't hear shit about nobody blowing up their damn schools, shooting up their schools. But why in America, where it's supposed to be, quote unquote, the land of the free, we have all this chaos? And what do you have? You have order out of chaos. Do your homework. Let me know what you all think about this video. If you like the video, push this like button. If you like, definitely subscribe to the channel. And also share the video with your PTA member, board members, and also concerned parents, and let them know where the future is headed. They're not arming the teachers as of right now. They're arming their ass with rocks, river stones. You know what I'm saying? So best believe, it's going to be a lot of people getting stoned. And people that ain't even shooters, just somebody getting mad, just busting each other upside the head with bricks and rocks. Till next time, y'all stay blessed and watch your back and watch your front, because it's a crazy time and a crazy world we live in. So put your seatbelt on tight and enjoy the ride. I'm out.